chasing trophies, the biggest game of the Premier League season until this date. In this season, Manchester City versus Arsenal. What a game we had, man. We saw fighting, we saw goals, we saw the post getting rattled. We saw a lot of things. Haaland scoring in the end. He scored the winner 2-1 to Manchester City. It was an unbelievable game. Arsenal did sit back. They played the traditional way. They tried to create chances from set pieces, and they did. But eventually, it was not good enough. Man City kept possession. And in the end, that possession, paid them that fruit that they were looking for. And incredible performance from Man City. Guardiola gets a number on Arteta. I was just looking at the fixtures with Fez, and there's still a long way to go. The title is not over, but the momentum has officially shifted towards Man City. They're probably the more confident team now. Fez, what a day of football, man.
Yeah, man, I'm on fire. As Arteta said, man, incredible. Yeah, this is what you want to see in the Premier League. And the past few seasons, हम देख मतलब by one side. Khatam 10-15 दिन पहले, no action, nothing to look forward to. But now going until game 38, it's going to be a good fight. And like you said, I think Arsenal, if you look at the fixtures, they have a better run. And an easier run is like under, like I think, thoda zyada bol de raha hu, but they have a decent run where home mein zyada fixtures in ke, whereas City has like, tougher opponents maybe on thing. But jaisa bole momentum shift ho jayega. And it's going to be a good title ending race. Goal difference bhi I think on par aa chuka hai. So City has that advantage as well now. But as a game, what you want to see by absolute just cinema Etihad Stadium.
Yeah, man, it was an incredible game football. We started with Ryan Cherky, the beautiful, dribbling, the use of his feet, and then the finish was picture perfect. A wonderful goal. City 1-up, and then 2 seconds later, one of the biggest mistakes of the season. I know they're very good shot stopper. Donnarumma is amazing, but the way City play, you need to be good with your feet as well. And it was absolutely shocking what happened, man.
I think he was just caught in 3-4 minds, just a bit of hesitation, and credit to Havertz who pounced on him. Usually, striker's instinct, just jaake wo karna, and that turned the whole game into Arsenal's momentum. I think Arsenal again thoda aur aggressive reke wahan pe maybe they would have capitalized, but City did very good with the experience that they have. A Bernardo Silva kept the ball as aap bole position, controlled the game, used the wings very well. They made a few more chances. Haaland, Semenyo missed his feet, and I think City dominated that first half. But second half, like you mentioned, Arsenal had a few chances. But Donnarumma had a shocking game. And second half, but what I liked is the way they went and patted him on his back and gave him that confidence that nahi theek hai, chalo we'll fight back and stuff.
I was surprised as he looked like the biggest threat for Arsenal. Yeah. He hit the post as well. Apart from the set pieces, he was the biggest threat, and he got subbed off with like 20 minutes to go.
Yeah, I mean, that was a bit shocking. I mean, considering I understand Trossard have a goal scorer here, but when you paid 60 million for someone, you would expect them to be there in certain situations. And I mean, if I look at it that way, their best player was like who? I don't even like, maybe Mosquera in the first half. And second half, maybe you could say Eze or a Declan Rice. But Odegaard we nahi dikh rahe the, so wahan pe bhi ek opportunity thi, but I don't know what he has a problem with Eze or something, because most teams Champions League ke liye rakhte. But I think ऐसे games में you got to get your best attacker out. Considering Saka भी नहीं है आपके पास, you don't have that depth that you would necessarily have. And yeah, it's a bit shocking what he did, but made not a lot of difference either way.
Yeah, I mean, I think that if he kept him on, Arsenal would have had better chances, because whenever they were playing towards the ball, he was looking to do something. He was looking to be the creative threat, and that's what Arsenal lack in this game, in this team, right? Yes. Like defensively, they're solid. We know that they can hit from set pieces, but you need somebody to take on the defenders. You need somebody to create those passes and take the shots. That's what Eze was doing. So for me, it was like a big, vital talking point in this game. Yeah. It was unfortunate that he did that. I don't know. Arteta looks like he's under pressure right now, and City are creeping. And I take you back to the Carling Cup final, and at that time I thought the league was done. Arsenal was going to win, but Pep Guardiola sent a message with that celebration. He didn't celebrate like that even in this game. Yeah. You notice, like in this game, he was active and stuff, but the way he celebrated in that game, it was just a message to Arsenal that listen, we're coming for the title.
I think because Arteta so well, he knows where his weak points, like Voldemort and Harry Potter kind of a situation. And but someone, I think one of the guys said, like, Carabao agar slip hoga Arsenal ke haath se to pura hi unka bottle hoga, which looks like it right now. See, they're still in two competition. Like, we still see the fixtures, they're there for Arsenal. But this mentality will not work with every team. जो आप set piece FC है, and just also I बोले भाई creative opportunities आप बनाई, like literally no. The creative chance they only got was when Kusanov lost the ball across. I think who was that gave that long ball to जो one-on-one situation बना था, जो उन्हें keeper रोका था, Donnarumma रोका था.
That's what I was asking. Who gave the ball?
The ball.
Was it Hinikapi or something?
Hinikapi maybe, or maybe like someone like that. But then that one-on-one situation वो खत्म हुआ, उसके बाद आप कुछ बनाए नहीं, like that is it. Apart from that, Musquera का एक header in the first half जो अच्छी leap लिया उन्होंने, he hit it outside, and yeah, as his post, that's about the only chance at that, but that fell to Arsenal. So if you look at it, Arsenal historically they've always been a 90 football kind of a thing. You had Odegaard, but you didn't utilize, मतलब उनके powers मतलब बिल्कुल यूज ही नहीं कर रहे अब तो, गेम में रहने का फायदा, just bodies running around trying to find a corner. And if, like Mustafa said, Eze is there, he's well enough to score from 30 yards, a banger, and he's well enough to make some kind of runs. But City के लिए Mustafa, Doku, Nico Riley की बात करेंगे पहले, उनका influence in this game, man.
Yeah, बहुत जबरदस्त. I think उन्हें इतना maturity दिखाया, the way he was defending, even he was an attacking threat as well. The way he was controlling the ball, he was shielding the ball away from the Arsenal defenders, particularly last 10 minutes में he was getting the headers in, he was getting the interceptions in, he was really, really good. And Doku as well, अगर आप देखें, he was orchestrating the play for ManCity today. In the second half, most of the balls were going to him, and he was dribbling, he was trying to find a pass. That pass as well, I think it was to O'Reilly for the goal, right? For the Haaland goal. That was a very smart pass. I don't really associate Doku from those, finesse kind of passing, but that was a beautiful pass. Like, it shows that he has the brain as well. He knows what's happening around him. He was outstanding. And one guy I have to talk about is Bernardo Silva, man. He was running the pitch at this age. The most experienced player in the City team, and that's what you want, right? He's one of the few guys who's won the title on more than one occasion, I think, and he's shown that. He was coming in for interceptions, vital tackles as well, and then with the ball as well, he was controlling the game. He was getting the passes, and unlucky that he didn't have a goal-scoring opportunity or anything, but he was incredible, man.
100%. The controller बोलते ना, but like he just पूरा game उनके अतराफ में build हो रहा था. Like Rodri थे, but the experience, in these moments to calm the game, to thanda karo game. Aap khelo, ball distribution. Like you said, coming till the half, taking the ball, going in the box, then coming back at that age, running the whole 100 yards is not an easy job. And the way he gave confidence to the entire team, that's where you need experience always for these people, like, who come and Semenyo ho gaya, Doku ho gaya, to give them that sort of calmness about that, okay, bhai, you need to, this is how you act in this situation, right? Like that's how I think Bernardo really controlled the tempo of City's attack and defense at times. And the tackle that he made, you mentioned Havertz के again ball clear कर दिया था. तो बहुत ही जबरदस्त game उनके लिए. For Doku as well, like you mentioned, like I think he was on the left flank more active than Semenyo today. Semenyo had a couple of opportunities that he could have scored actually, but नहीं हुआ उनसे. But Doku again, he's been, जब injury भी हुई तो City वहाँ पे थोड़े games lose करे थे, तो Doku's been vital. And then Musawa, the main guy, man, Gabriel versus Haaland, that battle, bro, incredible stuff था वो तो.
Yeah, man, that's what I love to see. That's proper Barclays football, where two teams go at each other, two players start fighting. Uska shirt rip ho gaya tha. Gabriel was trying to give him a headbutt as well. It was crazy to see, and that's what when you have two of the best teams in the league going against each other, their best players will go at each other, and that's what you love to see. Yeah. It's not like over here we try to calm things down. No, we don't. Like over there, they go after each other because you're playing for the title. It's a professional game, and these things happen. And I like to see it, bro. It's entertainment as well. Obviously, you don't want any harm to be done, but this kind of spiciness is outstanding. The two big dudes as well, right? And it's crazy to see that. Haaland was about to take off his hairband as well. मेरे को तो भाई बहुत मजा आया game में overall. And I think that Arsenal, I understand the negativity, and there's going to be a lot of criticism. But all I want to say is that they were in the game. I think it wasn't I've seen Arsenal get battered at the 5-0, and this is just a couple years ago. It's not that long ago under Arteta. So there is an improvement in their game. It's just that the mentality needs to shift a bit. And Arteta, his game plan. A lot of people, I've not seen a manager who has taken a team from 8th to 1st. You can say second, but they are first right now, and he's top of the table, and they want to sack him. I've never seen that. I've been watching football for 20 years, but I've never seen a manager. Sir Alex Ferguson has made mistakes. People have made mistakes and everything. Pep Guardiola, Klopp, all these guys. But Arteta is the first guy I've seen that his own fan base wants to sack him. I was getting criticized for wanting to sack Amirim. But that was 16th and 6th. This guy is first place. So imagine if the fans are not, and I'm talking about 50% of the fan base. It's not just one or two guys that we know. 50% of they're after Arteta right now. So it just goes to show the football is playing. Maybe it's not the right thing, but I still feel the way that they played today, away from home, it wasn't that wrong. This is my opinion. I know that many people will not agree with this.
If they came out with a draw, maybe the mindset would have been different.
Yeah, look, if Havertz scores that, okay, or if something goes goes in, the header and everything, they were close. If it's 2-2, then
but I think
you'll be fine with the point, the way Arsenal is playing, and nobody would have complained.
Yeah, with the point, I think they'd be content because they got the point and they didn't slip. It didn't give them that. But I think जो आप भी point out कर रहे हो, the attacking elements that he took out. You can't do those kind of things. Like Eze and like वो चीज़ आप कर रहे.
But the thing is that's what that's why I would have never signed him in my club, right? Like you know that he's going to do this, right? Like he's going to do these kind of things. It might work, it might not work.
But that is where they're like getting critical on him. That's where they're getting annoyed. कि भाई आप ये चीज़ां कर रहे हैं and through the course of the season सिगरे भी नहीं.
Yeah, but I'll tell you something, bro. If that is my manager. Right, and I'm first place. I'm not really caring, bro. Like I want to just win, and if we lose, okay, fine, we'll talk about. I won't sack him, bro. Like अपने पास भाई उन्हें 7th, 8th आ रहा तो भाई मुझे मत sack करो. This guy is like first right now. He's still top. I think this is the time for Arsenal. They need to back their manager. They're still top of the flipping table.
I think backing the manager, I agree with you.
Yeah, they need to back him.
You have better games than City right now.
Yeah, you can still win the league, bro.
Because of this approach, their mentality is getting like क्या बोलते हैं आने से पहले.
Bro, I said this 6 months ago. That is, I would never sign him even now. Even now, I will not sign him. And Keshav, if you're watching, you told me I'm an idiot when I said that, right? I won't sign him even now. But you have to understand that you are first place. You need if you make आप उसको डराते रहे भाई.
As a fan base, I would
say
like
आप उसको डराते रहे. No matter भाई उन्हें ऐसा खिला रहा ठीक है मैं समझ गया. I already know this. I will never take him in my club. But if you are first place, bro, you gotta back the manager. Because he's first place right now, and he's gonna.
So you gotta see the season out with him, and then
then you see what he's gonna do. But right now there's a lot of pressure on him,
and that's where he's slipping. Also, there's where the players are slipping.
Bro, they lost to Bournemouth, and they acted like they lost the league, and that affected them today. Like you win against Bournemouth. And if you got a point here, the league would have been done. But still, the league can be that Arsenal can still win the league.
Yeah, but that is where you need the positivity from.
And
I understand the criticism that the Bears had, but after the season, you can't do it during the course of the
season. No, you can look. We can do whatever we want.
The fan base, they can criticize.
But to a certain extent, bro, like. They're the ones who wanted him. If they really wanted to sack him,
you knew what was coming.
Yeah.
And not in terms of the slip, in terms of the tactics.
In terms of the tactics.
I don't like the tactics.
Even in terms of the slip, man. This is the 4th year.
You're going down with the shoulder down approach and just saying that हम ऐसी टीम है जो खाली corner से गोल मारती है.
मगर ये कब से चल रहा भाई?
मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ. So you knew what was going to happen going into the games. Now you coming and telling us that अच्छा नहीं है मैं हाँ but आप नहीं बोल सकते हो हम बोल सकते हैं. Liverpool fans अब slot को बोल सकते हैं उनका सीजन खत्म पे है but even they are not outright like going after him. I mean they are probably but अभी भी they're still saying कि भाई सीजन हो जाने दो. सीजन होने दो. अभी भी Arsenal have what game week 38 तक. City has the game in hand. If they slip in that, you don't know. These things they are still permutation जो होने को बैठे हुए हैं. City can still slip in their game in hand against Burnley I think at home away. So there's that opportunity. There's 4 more opportunities after that. So Arsenal can go ahead and win. Goal difference, एक game पकड़ के 5-6 मार दिए. So you got to look at what you have in front of you rather than they're going to be failures. They're going to be, but the game title is still on, and you're still there in 2 trophies.
I understand the criticism. I too back the criticism. But I'm just saying that like
as a fan, you can't do that. And
you can if you want, but like the thing is, I think that has negatively impacted him. Also, he's also like doing this pens thing and all these Instagram, all these kind of things. That's stupid, man.
That's what it is.
You're drawing attention to yourself as well. So it's a mixture of both.
Yeah, it's been 8 years. People are getting tired of this BS. But I think it's like you just have to see out this year, and then you got to. If he wins the league, then people will start like.
The problem is if he wins the league, that's going to create a bigger problem because the thing is, listen, you win the league after how many years? It doesn't matter. Look at how Slot is getting the treatment. Right? It doesn't matter. Next year is the new season. Football fans are next level, bro. Like they want every season their team to do well.
100%.
So especially the guys who are paying big money. You saw the reactions today. There were people over there. I mean, you saw carefully. There was also elder people. But you saw the reactions. That is, they're paying hard-earned money for that ticket. And उन लोग भाई मैनचेस्टर जा रहे वहाँ पे मैं आपको बताऊँ वो like 500-600 पाउंड का मिल रहा टिकट like ब्लैक मार्केट में सबसे सस्ता. It's not easy, bro. Like
वही ना गुस्सा इसका भी है कि भाई मैं इतना दे रहा हूँ मार्केट.
Yeah. So I understand the reactions. I understand उसको गाली दे रहे ये दे रहे मैं ये बोल रहा हूँ. But I'm just saying the thing is वो जो लास्ट गेम हुआ ना आप एकदम से वो जो प्रेशर आप डाल दिए उस पे अब तो now you're stuck in a thing that
basically own up to it now. Now you just own up to it.
yeah, like I mean, it's done. You know that how he's going to play.
Yeah.
You know he's crap in certain things. You know he's stubborn in certain things. So now you just have to back him. In terms of manager, bro, I told you this 7 months ago. I'll never take him at my club. There is no like you know. You told me that 8 to second, 8 to first. I said I don't care, bro. Like I don't want it because you see, they're still first, and people are upset about them.
Yeah, and the biggest वो
Yeah,
है is like जो 3 सीजन पहले फुटबॉल खेल रहे थे, 2 सीजन पहले फुटबॉल खेल रहे थे,
Yeah.
ये सीजन को मतलब उनका नक्शा ही बदल गया. That is one dimensional football जो है ना, अपन सेट पीस अच्छी बुला रहे whatever. And you have such good players, man.
Yeah.
You have Eze, you have Declan Rice, who's probably arguably one of the best CDMs right now in the world.
Yeah.
उसके बाद you've got like Saka, तो चलो he fell off a cliff right now, but
He's injured also.
he's injured also. He's not been in that form. Martinelli इतने साल से है. I mean वही है. You still have creativity there, but आप उसको तोड़ दिए. आप मतलब Pep Guardiola, चलो I understand he makes people into inverted wings and stuff, and उनकी भी थोड़ा बहुत ही. But he still makes a tactic around that. But आपने तो पूरा power हटा के आप एक ही tactic रख दिए थे भाई. मेरे एक set piece सच्ची लेने वाले हो कुछ नहीं. So that's the argument. But I agree with Mustafa bhai that you have to back the manager. Like I back Amarim till the end, and now I'll back character like I got what you can't like turn on your manager so close to the title.
No, you can, okay, you can. I understand.
To an extent, like what we said.
आप turn करो उस पे ठीक है. मगर मैं बोल रहा हूँ भाई आप ये मत बोलो कि आप first है.
हाँ वही बोल रहा हूँ मैं. Exactly. Like जब ट्रॉफी जितने खरीद रहे हैं आप वो बोल रहा हूँ मैं कि ऐसा लग रहा है कि भाई आप साथ हैं.
Now you turn on the TV, go home now. You turn on the TV, just watch the Arsenal fan base, okay?
Yeah.
It's gonna feel like someone died.
Exactly. Yeah.
And like you're still first. There's a game in if you're thinking that much, bro, then you're not gonna win the league. Or based on mentality, you're not gonna win the league because you're putting pressure on your manager, putting pressure on your players. You're not gonna win the league. You can still win the league if you just think. Obviously, it's ManCity. I understand it's not gonna be easy. I understand, and we were in this position in 2011, 12, I think. We were in this position.
Yeah.
We lost to Everton, we drew to Everton, and we lost to ManCity. Company scored that header, and then we went to QPR. We lost on goal difference. We've been in that position, but we still were 1 second away from winning the title, right? You can, despite us, not having Ronaldo and this and that, everything, we still won 1 minute. So Arsenal can still win the title. You just have to be positive and take it from there. But for Man City, they're flying right now. They're like this. They don't have to worry about Champions League. Arsenal have to play semi-finals also, by the way. Which is a good thing, man. You should enjoy. You're playing in Champions League semi-finals, right? But right now it feels like something else. But for City, that's an advantage of Arsenal playing in Champions League semi-final. Even though Arsenal have the squad and everything right now, but their confidence is shattered.
That's why वो ऐसे को निकालने वाला.
Yeah. If this was Manchester United and you're playing Champions League semi-final and Premier League, you're going for the title, you'd back United every day. Yeah. With City, if they're playing the semi-final Champions League, and you still back them to win the title. But with Arsenal, because of what we've seen in the last few years, it's not.
The thing is, like, they're just getting run down by every other club, right? Like now, and nobody wants them to win.
Yeah.
I mean, United के साथ भी होता, Liverpool के साथ भी होता. अब क्या Liverpool City के लोगों को आदत थोड़ी हो जा रही थी बीच में. Chelsea, but Arsenal के साथ क्या पूरी दुनिया के खिलाफ है भाई. Like
yeah, I know, man. But the
adds
thing
to
is,
the whole pressure as a fan, also as these guys, content creators, जो भी भाई लोग, right? So they are.
I'll tell you something.
The pump that if anything happens, man. Like,
but I'll tell you something, right? If me and you, we are like expats. We're not from England, okay? If you actually go and you talk to people from England who are from Manchester and support Man United, they don't want City to win the league. They want Arsenal to win the league. Yeah. You see Gary Neville, he's been saying for the last 3 years, I want Arsenal to win. He keeps saying it. He's still saying, I'm backing Arsenal to win the league. Why would he say that? Because it's not because he doesn't think that City can't win. He doesn't want to say it because he hates Manchester City. Yeah. So that is the thing. Like, obviously, for us, it's different. We look at it differently. They look at it differently. Yeah. No, it's not that much pressure, man. Man United had more pressure. They're the most hated team at one point. Everyone hated Man United, Real Madrid, Barcelona. So Arsenal don't have that pressure. Who is it? Tottenham, and it's like people like us who are outside, and obviously, like because people who watch AFTV, we want entertainment. But in England itself, if you're going in and out, restaurants, hotels, and everything, people will look at Arsenal and they're not going to say, "We don't want you to win the league." Especially United fans, and yeah, if it was against maybe Tottenham, United fans might have backed Tottenham. But if it's against City or Liverpool, United fan will always pick Arsenal to win the league. So it's not that end of the world, man. But it
gets to you like from every side. Like, chalo, theek hai, but again, every side of the world, like everyone gets the stick.
That to happen to everyone, man.
Like for
look
them,
at
for them, add to the 20 years, add to everything. इतना खरीब आ गया, फिर हारे. Second, दो बार आ गया ना, like second, दो बार slip हुआ. So there are a lot of things in their
I'm sure
memory
that, but
they're
like,
also getting like hyped up about. And like you said, like पैसे भी दे रहे, सब कर रहे, जितना अब जो player होना वो भी दे रहे, board को भी कुछ नहीं बोल सकते. So they're stuck in a very big conundrum. But I still accept that they should back.
Guys, look, I understand that he
give him a safety net somewhere, let him go in.
Bro, I'm not going to be surprised if he loses the league and he's going to get sacked. I'm not going to be surprised. And I'm not going to be surprised if he wins the league and he stays also. I'm not going to be surprised. But right now, they have to just focus on trying to win the league. You already know what he does. You know what he's an experienced at times. This is you know all these things. So like, you just have to just hope that he finds a result and City drop, because City now, I think we have to get an update on Rodri, we have to get an update on his injury. They also have to go to Burnley away. City also are not the most convincing this season. So
big game jo tha, in terms of the table, they managed to get that. And it still keeps the race alive. They have a game in hand that they have to win. Arsenal have to win all of their fixtures from here. Any slip now in the last remaining 4 or 5
from either team it's very crucial.
And they have Champions League so that's going to be a very interesting race for neutrals like us. Like again, it's just good entertainment.
I don't think we're neutrals. I just
we're not successful, but like I'm just saying, like in terms of
100%.
The race, it's something to look after a long time, man. This race is going to the end.
I mean, it's been a few years, right? Like ManCity, Liverpool had some amazing races.
Exactly.
Like I think 22 was a very good race, but it's been like 2-3 years now, so it's good to have a title race on, and we'll see what happens. Stay with us throughout the next few weeks, this whole month. We'll be looking at Premier League Championship. We'll have videos coming up. We'll have lives as well. Thank you, Faz. For you, City's gonna win or Arsenal's gonna win?
I think City will win. Man.
City will win. You predicted City at the start of the season.
I can't. I remember Man United.
I mean, whatever it is, but right now I think City is gonna win. I still feel like there might be another twist in this, and Arsenal might go across that, but I don't mind if Manchester City win. But so let's see what happens. Thank you everybody for joining. Hit the like button, subscribe button, and take care everybody. Man City do, by the way, they have a foot in the race now. We have a title race, and they're probably play Mario Kart. They're right here now. They're very, very close.
It's like Arsenal has to put a banana.
I mean, the banana he's wiped it away. Haaland, like he's just like very close right now. And Man City can win this, man. Let's see what happens.